In life, we're all born with either an advantage or disadvantage. We either started with too much or we started with too little, and then basically, your internal fortitude decides if that was good or bad. I've sat with people that have $10 million in their trust fund crying, saying that they hate their lives because their parents took care of everything and they'll never achieve anything on their own. And no matter what they achieve, everybody's going to say it wasn't them and they think it's the worst and they're suicidal. This is real. Now, for somebody like you or others that started with zero, you're like, get the fuck out of here. To be very honest with you, I'll give you the answer. You have no choice. What's the alternative? When you have a setback, what are you going to sit there and say, it was your granddad and your dad? I mean, that's not true. It's why you have so many wins. I just kept practicing blaming myself for everything. Now I just default into it. I genuinely believe everything's, I think it's drizzling here today because of me. I think you just have no choice, brother.
There's so few people that take advantage of what's out there.
Because a lot of people hear that stuff and think it's more like the secret. Like you just sit and you dream it into existence.
Right.
It's got a very interesting stigma. Listen, I, for example, as you know, don't love positioning myself as a motivational speaker, but no question, the mindset is the operating system of our lives.
Right.
And I'm an absolute believer in cutting out negativity, going on the offense, positive thinking, what's the alternative,
right.
Practicality. I'm a big believer in that stuff.
But action is really the biggest thing, huh?
And I do believe that the right mindset leads to the right actions.
Right.
So yes, I do think you have to, listen, to me it's about getting poison out of the system. Right?
Right.
I mean, look, how many people lose in your situation?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that's what they decide to think about.
Right.
You didn't.
Right.
Do you know how lucky we are that we aren't a rhinoceros or a plant or a fucking tree? Let's start with that. It's actually almost impossible to become a human. Next, there's 8 billion, 7 billion of us. You, assholes, got lucky enough that you were born in the #1 fucking place called America. It is fucking insane. You absolutely, by no question, have won the lotto. Now, your parents might have been fucked up. You might have been born in a, poor in a shit area. There's plenty other things. There's all these variables, but it's undeniable to understand the following, which is the single variable that allows me to vet a human being in a heartbeat is how much they complain. I can tell you right now that the quickest tell to me in the world that you're not a winning player is that you complain. One theme that I really people are like, yo, how do I build my self-awareness? How do I build my optimism? How do I change my mindset? It's the people around you. If your best friend is Debbie Downer, you're not gonna be as optimistic as you can be. If the people that from your town that you hang out with have no fucking ambition, you're going absolutely nowhere. If you listen to your dad every day about how the government sucks, you're not gonna love life. You've got to audit your inner circle because this underlining tone of who you surround yourself with absolutely fundamentally changes who you are. Period. End of story. Whoever's that smiley, happy as fuck person at work that you don't talk to that much, that's at a cubicle around the way, surround yourself with those people. Seek out your friend's friend who brings positive vibes and make them part of your world, and cut out your homie from college that thinks the world sucks. Watch what that addition and subtraction does to your life. Literally, I've taken 5 team members. We're gonna have a meeting. They're gonna land, go to a hotel and fly back tomorrow while I do my thing. The added expense to what I was already paying for the private flight with the extra seats made it ROI positive. Consistently hack the norms, all the action, all the amazing opportunities in today's environment because of the technology advances are in the things that have never been done before. Making shit up, trying new things, not being crippled by adversity. Oh shit, all flights to Cincinnati canceled. What the hell am I gonna do? No, finances are an advantage of mine. I can do the private thing, but it's not just that. Don't be fancy. Turn it into a 2-hour meeting. Maximize every second, every opportunity. I did that when I had $4. I do it now when I can go private. Never deviating from the truth, which is maximizing the fuck out of every situation, regardless of if it's good or bad. I think
think that's what the problem is. I have zero self-awareness right now, and like.
I think you have a lot, bro. I think the fact that you're even using the terminology is, and I actually think you are early in the process, but I think the fact that you even know what self-awareness is a good starting point. Lack of self-awareness is not even acknowledging its existence. You know? You don't know yourself yet.
That's exactly right.
But that makes sense. You know? Most of us didn't.
So it's okay to not know what I'm going to do with my degree after a year when I graduate.
100%, brother. It's preferable.
Can even like get hired by anyone and still figure out what's going on.
100%. My preference would be that you get hired somewhere where it still gives you free time to get to know yourself too. Mm-hmm. You also have to understand if you're doing it for yourself or if you're doing it for them. Like if you're getting hired because you think that's what your parents want, you need to get to that place first. As long as you're willing to live without them supporting you financially.
Why do you hate Fridays so much?
Because I hate people that live their lives for the weekend. I'm blown away by people celebrating the end of the week. Like the weekend is your escape from your reality. It breaks my heart. My friends like live for Friday night. Like they know they get the week, like Monday morning's the worst. To live your life where you love Friday night, Saturday and Sunday, and despise Monday through Thursday or Friday morning is devastating to me because you're wasting too much of your life. Like 50% of your entire life is predicated on what you do at work. Like it's just a huge percentage of one's life. And I'm trying to put pressure on the conversation to say, if you love Friday that much, then you need to really look at Monday through Thursday and see if you can do something about it. If you genuinely celebrate Friday, you need to rethink your entire fucking game. Nobody's stopping you. You're literally 1 7-minute, 13-second, this person saved the world video away from having everything you want.
I know, it's like
you do understand that, right?
Yeah.
That's real though.
Yeah.
And like the second you realize you can play outside the Hollywood machine and you can force it, that's when everything changes. I think I'm genuinely gonna be one of the most influential people in this country, and I'm never gonna play within the framework of the game.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Nor do you.
Yeah.
Go find those talented people, go find 3 other actors, and set up a fucking 7-minute, 16-second video that's fucking playing on Facebook and YouTube, and use your 1-minute video on Instagram to push it, and then break the wall. You, based on everything I know now, I'd be like, listen guys, like this is really important to me, and I want to do it in a different way, so I just made it. And it, you know, if I've ever brought you any value, just watch the entire 7/16 and like tell one friend about it. Break the wall. What are you waiting for to change? The reason I talk randomly about going and visiting retirement homes is because I want you to see what regret and resentment looks like at 90 years old. The reason I think the number one thing that every person in this room should do is go and volunteer in a retirement home next week for a day is because A, it's a nice deed and they'll love it, but you are gonna get disproportionately more value out of it. Because you're gonna look at a stranger who's not your grandparent, and you're gonna jam. You'll talk and you'll interact. And I promise you, when you see 90-year-old regret or resentment from not doing or living their lives by somebody else's point of view, AKA their parents, you will get so fucking scared, it will completely change the course of how you do shit. YouTube, what up? Breaking up the cadence of our normal content. Just wanted to say thank you so much for all the support over the last couple years. D-Rock, when did we start getting serious?
3 years ago.
Over the last 3 years, you know, if you look back, you know, obviously if you go back and look and search right now my Wine Library TV episodes, you can see that they don't have a whole lot of views, even though it was a big deal. It's because I moved to Vidler. Oh, AJV. What's up, AJ? How do I, no. There he is.
Go to me.
There he is. What's going on? This is my vlog today. This is literally my whole vlog. Yes. So you can't talk?
Correct.
All right, we'll talk to you later. I'm not going to stop.
You're not going to stop.
But I'll catch up with you shortly.
Cool.
Good. All right. Just wanted to quickly say what's up to everybody. Thank you so much for subscribing, for being a part of this. Real quick, if you're seeing pre-rolls before my own videos, that means you don't subscribe, right, D-Rock? Yeah. If a bunch of you are making comments that you're seeing pre-rolls, that's because you haven't subscribed. You're seeing a pre-roll before my own video on YouTube because you haven't subscribed.